Let's build the easiest mob farm for Minecraft Bedrock 1.19. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to find yourself an ocean biome, and you want to make sure that this ocean is at least 50 blocks away from all shorelines. That way we aren't spawning things on the shore. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down to the bottom of the ocean floor, and we're going to build up to the surface of the water. From here, we're going to leave this one block and then go ahead and break the rest of the blocks down to the ocean floor. And on this block, we are going to build up 24. So 1, 2, 3. Once you have built up 24 blocks, just go ahead and break the bottom blocks. And then we're going to expand this out to be a 17 by 17 square. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17 blocks like so. And then we're going to build out 17 blocks this way, so this counts as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Always fun counting on camera, but once you've got this laid out, we're just going to go ahead and connect this up and then fill it in with blocks. So then we're going to connect it up just like so. Then what we're going to do is we're going to count over 8 blocks. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we're going to go ahead and place down a row of blocks right here. And then we're going to fill this layer in just like this. So you should have 2 separate layers like so. And we're going to fill this area in with blocks as well as this area. But before we do that, we're going to set down a strip of magma blocks on the side of the square that is opposite of this rectangle right here. So this is what it should look like. And then we're going to fill in both of these portions with normal blocks. After you filled in the floor of the platform, this is what it should look like. And what we're going to do now is we are going to build up by 13 blocks from this point right here. So this is 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. And then we're going to make all of this outer platform into this 13 high wall. So we want blocks going all the way around the square. And this is going to be layered right on top of the platform. And this higher portion of the platform is still going to come up to where this block is. So I'm going to show you once all the walls are up. After you've filled in the walls, this is what the shape should now look like. These walls would be 13 or 12 blocks tall respectively, depending on what platform you're standing on. But overall, it is going to look like this. Now we are going to grab some water buckets, and we are going to place down water source blocks all along the back wall of the farm so that it reaches over all the way into the magma. We're then going to grab some signs, and we're going to place signs over top of the magma blocks like this. What this is going to do is it's going to make it so that the mobs are just going to continuously burn on the magma instead of completely, turning on fire and then turning off fire because they're in water. So these signs are quite important for the effectiveness of this farm, but this is what it should look like, and it's already looking pretty cool. The next thing we're going to do is set down a temporary block right here and then a normal block right here, break the temporary block, and this block should be 1 block away from both of the walls. Then we're going to go ahead and create a giant line of blocks, maintaining that 1 block distance from the walls. And we're going to do this until we have got ourselves a square. So we're coming over to the magma and across, and again, maintaining that 1 block distance. And there we go, we've got a square now. And what we can do is we can create these horizontal lines in the square, or vertical, depending on which way you look at it. But we're just going to come across, and we're going to leave a 1 block gap in between these strips. So we're going to do this for the entirety of the square. And then once we're done, we're going to create some vertical strips or horizontal strips, again, depending on how you look at it, to create a little bit of a waffle shape. At least that's what I like to call it on my channel. But there we go. We're just going to fill in these gaps. And then when you're done, you should have this giant grid pattern, which again, I like to call the waffle. And then we're going to cover this thing in trapdoors. So there you go. Once you've got your grid down like this, we're going to grab some trapdoors now, and we're going to place down trapdoors all the way around the square, going right the way to the end, and we're going to do this on all the sides. Now, I'm not going to do that on camera, but there we go. You just got to do this across every single side of this grid, And then we're going to place down trapdoors in every single one of these holes as well. And I like to keep it consistent, so just place them all in the same direction. And then when you've placed them all down, you can just go ahead and open them. And then that is good to go. So I'm going to finish placing down all the trapdoors so that you guys can see what it looks like when it's done. All right, so once you've placed and opened all of your trapdoors, this is what it should look like. And these are just a couple angles. So we've got trapdoors going all the way around the waffle. And now we want to grab some buttons, and we're going to place down buttons on every odd block of the waffle, like so. So just fill in all of these gaps with some buttons. I would recommend wooden buttons because they're a tad bit cheaper than doing like stone or something. But there we go. We're just going to do this for the entire thing. And the reason we're placing this down is because if not, you're going to have spiders spawning on these platforms. And that again is going to drastically reduce the effectiveness of this farm because they're going to take up the mob cap. So there you go. Once you have got this done and dusted, we've got the trapdoors, the waffle, and the buttons. This thing is ready to go, and we can build this layer again. So we are actually going to build this layer 2 more times, and we're going to place 1 block right here, and then place down a block, break this block, and then we're going to place down 2 blocks and a 3rd block right there, break these 2 blocks, and these are going to be the 2 markers for your layers. So now you've got to recreate this shape on both of these layers. I'll show you what I mean when I am done. All right, and once it is done, this is what it should look like. You should have 3 identical layers, and this looks super industrial and super cool in my opinion. Honestly, if you threw some tinted glass on the wall here, I know that's expensive, but it would look really, really nice. Now we have to throw a roof over top of the farm, and we're just going to place down a bunch of blocks to fill in this top layer right here. And that's going to make this entire thing dark. And once you've done that, it is pretty much going to start running. And I'm going to show you how to create the collection system after. After you filled in the roof, you're ready to come down to this magma strip. And we're going to place down 2 blocks right here. We're going to place down a temporary block right here. Place down a chest, and then place down another chest to create a double chest. And then we're going to run a hopper into that double chest like so. If you want to add more storage, just place down another double chest and then run another hopper in directly underneath of that hopper, so on and so forth to create more storage. Then we're going to come over to the other side of the magma strip, place down 2 blocks, and then we're going to place down a bunch of blocks connecting up both sides of the farm. We're going to place down a powered rail on top of this hopper, and then we're going to connect this up with rails. Leave this block open and place down a powered rail right here. Place down a lever on this block and turn it on, and place down a lever on this block and turn it on. So now both of the powered rails are going, and we're going to place down a minecart hopper, which will then go between the 2 sides of the farm, collecting all of the drops of the mobs. We now want to find the center of the farm, which should be about here, if I'm not mistaken. 3, and yes, that is actually the center. Wow, first try. All right, from this block and the center of the farm, we are going to build out by 24 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, and that is our 24th block. So after you've placed that down, we can just go ahead and break all of these blocks. And on this block, we're going to place down 1 solid block right here, and then 2 on that side, and then we're going to create a wall of blocks like so. Grab our glass, and we're going to place down glass all the way around this trap area. And the reason for this is because if we don't make this entirely solid, phantoms could actually hit you through the walls, so make sure that these are all solid. Then we're going to place down a ladder right here, and then we're going to throw a trapdoor on top. And after you've thrown that trapdoor on top, this is the AFK area done. You can literally just chill here for however many hours you want, and you will come back to tons and tons of drops. I do recommend only AFKing for about 8 hours or so, and then you should probably reload the chunks. And the reason I say that is because unfortunately, there is no way to kill the witches in this farm with this current setup. So what's going to happen is you are just going to have a ton of witches that are in the farm on the magma blocks, drinking fire resistance potions. So to get rid of them, just fly away every like 8 hours or so to just unload the chunks, come back, and you will be good to go. Other than that though, this thing is super functional and it is fully working. All right, so I went AFK for about 5 to 10 minutes. And if we go ahead and take a look at the drops, we have got 17 gunpowder, 39 rotten flesh, 13 arrows, and I just saw some bones fall in, so 18 bones. Overall, a pretty good haul for a short period of time, so you can expect quite a few stacks of drops. If I do some quick math here, if you were to AFK for an hour, you would expect around 1.5 to 2 stacks of gunpowder, which is really what we all want, and same thing for bones and arrows, about 1.5 to 2 stacks per hour, which is super awesome. This farm is super cool, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. All right, that is gonna do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy this video or found something new and helpful, plan on building this, then please do consider subscribing and leaving a like. It really would mean the world to me. My name is One of MC, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.